Welcome to another cycling video. I'm doing the Coast and Castles cycle route up in the northeast. It is a beautiful sunny day. I'm here in Tynemouth by the sea, by the Priory Castle, what you can see up there, first castle of the day. Today I'm going to be heading up to roundabout Amble, I think, which should be about 40 miles. And then tomorrow picking up from Amble and heading up to Berwick-upon-Tweed. But I've not started here this morning. I started this morning in Newcastle for reasons that I'll explain later. So I've taken cycle route 72 along the Tyne to get here this morning. It's taken me about an hour. So I've got a 10-mile head start. But what a beautiful place to start the day. Newcastle really is fantastic. Some lovely sights and very friendly people. Time for a pit stop by the beach, Camas Beach, I think, if I've pronounced that right, according to the map. I've come through Whitley Bay, yes, and Blythe, which was lovely. Coast and Castles, certainly quite a lot of coast, also quite a lot of industrial A roads, if I'm honest. Not so much on the castles, although there is something quite old over there on the horizon, which could be castle-like. Or it could just be a church. I think maybe tomorrow there might be more castles, but it is still a beautiful route. Quite flat, although I have been out the saddle a few times. Once you've come past Blythe, this section does start to get a little bit more rural. But every once in a while, you come across scenes like that. You can't knock it, can you? So the route so far is, I'd say it's pretty well signposted. Number one, Coast and Castles, the signs that you're looking for. In the bigger built-up areas, they do go missing a little bit, but once you're out on these paths and trails, they do keep you on track fairly regularly. I am following a GPX. I've got a bad history with getting lost. GPX so far has kept me well on track. I've deviated a couple of little bits here and there. A couple of bits where it wanted me to go further inland and I prefer to stay closer to the coast. So, but yeah, it's between the GPX and the map, yeah, no major wrong turns so far. Well, I didn't get very far because I found somewhere selling killer bows, and this beach is just absolutely beautiful. Made a quick stop here in Creswell to impart a little bit of a tip. You will see that there's still the coast there behind me. We have seen lots of different trails, and I've got to give the Black Emperor soundtracking some eerie trails with slow moving wind turbines going behind me. But the tip. Okay, so I've been sticking to the GPX of the Coast and Castles trail, and I've noticed that basically it does take you inland quite a bit. So just to note, if you want to get sort of closer to some of the seaside towns, most notably New Biggin by the sea, I've completely sailed past them by the time I realised that it was about 5 or 6 miles past it. So yeah, if there is a few like particular points that you want to make sure that you see, don't necessarily stick to the GPS. You might want to come off route a little bit every now and again. Starting to wonder, are Northumbrian beaches the nicest in the UK? I mean, there's a really strong shout for it. The friendliest port, apparently. Well, this looks like a good place to call it a day. This is Amble, and yeah, it does seem pretty friendly, I've got to say. That's 60k in the bag, took about 4.5 hours, a few stops, didn't stop the timer at all anywhere. So you could probably, 3.5 maybe, probably a little bit quicker. But speed is definitely not the purpose of this ride. It's very much a tour, taking your time, seeing the sights. And that was really good fun. Nice and gentle, beautiful weather. Now the only question is what I'm going to have for dinner. There are a lot of options. I've seen at least half a dozen pubs that all look very inviting. Everywhere does fish and chips. So I guess being by the sea, that's going to be what is for tea. Well, I am back here in Amble this morning. I'm on the other side of the harbour from where I was last night. It looks like it's shaping up to be a beautiful morning again. It's rained overnight, so there is some puddles on the ground, but by all accounts, weatherman says it's going to be another clear day. A couple of shout outs that I missed yesterday. First one being for Quick Fit in Tynemouth, who fixed my broken pedal yesterday, just as I was about to set out. I noticed that I had lost a nut on one of the toe clips, and I nearly went over the handlebars trying to get my toe in or out, one or the other. Anyway, Mr. Quick Fit sorted me out. Big thanks to Quick Fit in Tynemouth. And a shout out really for the Schooner maybe, pub last night. They won the competition for who was going to serve me fish and chips. The fish and chips were fantastic, so top tip if you are staying in Amble. Right, now it's time to get back on the road, and we're heading up the coast where we are going to see more castles today. Now that is definitely a castle. Warkworth Castle, to be precise. And yeah, that's pretty stunning. First castle of the day. Okay, so yeah, there is still a lot of coast on this section. There is also a lot of hills. I'm about 10 miles in. What's that, 15k? Something like that. I've only just started my run keeper because I completely forgot this morning, so I was clearly a little bit sleepier than I thought. I'm not going to lie, I'm absolutely knackered. It's up and down, there's a lot of this sort of trail, but I've come through Almouth and Bulmer, who knows, and I'm currently at Sugar Sands. So that behind me is Dunstable Castle, which is quite a way off. Across that field, it's got a tractor in it. I don't know if you can hear. It's certainly quite a view. I've just had some lunch in a lovely little fishing village. Emphasis on little and lovely. Place called Castor. So I've got a full tummy, which I need to ride off, which I don't think is going to be a problem. This is quite a nice path. I'm hoping for more of this. I have hit a lot of headwind. Forecasted so it's going to be windy, and it wasn't wrong, so it's quite tough going, but yeah, I'm not going to try and navigate myself closer to that castle because I want to get a little bit closer to Break upon Tweed before I start to panic about trains departing. Now that is a castle. Well, welcome to the quaint little village of Banborough with a bloody big castle. I mean, look at the size of that thing. It just screams nobody's coming in. Not sure I've ever been so happy to see a petrol station. Yeah, bits of this over here quite golden. Well, the cafe does appear to be closed, but it's okay because I've got myself a couple of boiled eggs. Well, there is Lindisfarne Castle. on Lindisfarne Holy Island, which I've got to say is pretty stunning, like everything else on this ride. It's very quiet despite the fact that a half marathon has just finished. There's lots of runners heading back down to the village looking slightly knackered, which is just as well, because so am I. But yeah, this is pretty stunning. It is a bit of a trek to get out here. You've probably got about a 6-7 mile there and back to take you back to the mainland, to pick you back up and take you into Berwick-upon-Tweed, but totally worth it. If you've got the time to get out onto Holy Island, definitely do so. I can spot Bamburgh Castle in the distance over there. Although to be honest, it's that bloody big, it doesn't look that far away. Well, I have made it to Berwick-upon-Tweed. I am at the train station. I am just here a little bit too late. I've missed my train like 2 minutes, which stings a little bit. Yeah, it does, I agree. Thankfully, I've got an open ticket, so I can get on the next one. Hopefully the bike reservation will go along with it, otherwise I might be... No, I can't cycle back. We'll be alright, we'll be alright. So I don't have too much footage of the last section. There's a couple of bits of lots of heath and lots of coastline, and it was beautiful, but I had to hammer down trying to get here as quick as possible. I'm heading back to Newcastle, as I alluded to at the beginning of the video, and that is linked to the bike reservation. The reason I didn't start or stay at Tynemouth was because it was impossible to find a train back from Berwick-upon-Tweed to Tynemouth that would take a bike. So hence being on a mainline train, I believe it goes all the way to Euston, London Euston, and that will take my bike, hopefully. So that is the reason for starting in Newcastle. But the plan is for me to carry on the second leg from Berwick-upon-Tweed, further inland and then up to Edinburgh. But that is for another day. And as if by magic, that other day is here. I'm back at Berwick-upon-Tweed train station. That's it, right in the background there. And it's a beautiful sunny morning. You can see from the last couple of shots coming over the bridge, Berwick is really a beautiful place. I've had a few wobbles already this morning. I've got a bike that's gear system is already playing up. I'm hoping it's going to behave itself now as we head that way towards Galshiels, and I'm going to screw this up, apologies on place names, but I think it's Innerleithen, perhaps? Well, welcome to the first castle of this section. That is Norham Castle, 14th century. Kind of looks it, yeah, it's seen better days. Apparently it's been the site of various sieges, and yeah, quite impressive still. It's a walled castle, very much a sort of, yeah, battle scene, and there's not too much left apart from potted bits of walls here and there, but it's very peaceful and a beautiful morning. Unfortunately the midges are starting to show, so I'm not going to stick around too long. There's a dog over there that's running around. I don't think he likes them much either. This seems to sort of sum up a lot of this section. There's a lot of tarmac, which is actually quite nice. Perfect for the gravel bike. My mountain bike would have struggled on this. More on that later. I'm going to deviate slightly from the path, also the main trail here, and head off to a place called Coldstream, mainly because I'm getting hungry and there's not much around here. So Coldstream looks like the nearest sort of bigger village where I might actually be able to find something to eat. So that's where we're going to stop next. So we're in Melrose, which I've got to say is very idyllic. Beautiful old abbey, also in somewhat disrepair. Lots of beautiful ornamental gardens and some nice coffee shops. Okay, about 45 minutes later, I think that is fixed. It's back in one piece. I have no idea if it's going to hold. So this is Gala Shields, and it's rather lovely. To be perfectly honest, I'm just thankful that I'm moving. Chain is holding. I've got about 13 miles left to do, so hopefully I can get to where I'm staying tonight, where thankfully there's also a lot of bike shops. So guess what I'll be doing in the morning? There seems to be quite a lot of ruins in Scotland around these areas. Yeah, I should look up on my history. It's probably not good. Anyway, coming out of Gala Shields now. The sun is going down, obviously for accounting for all the time that I've lost. The reason that I've come through Gala Shields, which again is off route, is because there's more food options and it's ever so slightly quicker for me to come this way to get to Innerleithen, and I'm obviously concerned about how long the chain is going to hold. So I've got about 10 miles to go. Chain so far seems to be doing okay. I'm hoping that continues, and the sunset looks rather lovely. Don't know if you can pick that up, but the crows in those trees are having quite a conversation. We've got some serious Blair Witch action going on here, which I will admit, as the light is fading fast, is a little bit creepy. Thankfully the road is better lit. It looks better lit on camera. Trust me, it's very much nightfall. I think I've got about 20 minutes to go, so it will be pitch black by the time I get to Innerleithen, but we are nearly there. So it's too dark for you to see anything at all, but my night vision has kicked in a little bit, and I'm pretty certain that during the day this would be absolutely beautiful. It's a nice straight, well, it's not straight, but it's a nice smooth path. It's an old railway path apparently. Got the Tweed running alongside, and yeah, it is rather welcome, to be honest. You can't see me either. You can see a little bit of my tail light and the top of my glasses. But now that the sun has gone down, it is cold, like bitterly cold. So I'm glad that I've got some extra layers to throw on. Oh God, I cannot wait for a hot shower. Well, I have arrived. The Airbnb is around here somewhere. That was a long day. 10 hours I've been out, 7 hours in the saddle, 3 hours messing about, eating and fixing bikes. I've done 94k, which is a little bit longer than I was expecting, which is always the way. Tomorrow should be a little bit shorter, but it's going to be hillier. So yeah, time for a shower and straight to bed. See you in the morning. Well, good morning and welcome to the final day. The sun, you'll see, is shining outside. I've had a fantastic night's sleep. I've got to say that Innerleithen is the best base if you're doing this. I know that the maps say that Gala Shields is like the natural cutoff, but for me, this place is perfect. You're just before the hills that take you up into, well, and then down into Edinburgh. But really, this place has everything. And the chemist has sorted me out a chapstick. I've had a nice breakfast from the bakery down the road. This place that I stayed is fantastic. There's a place to lock up your bike securely downstairs, with everything including stuff for drying your clothes if you need to, which I didn't yesterday, thankfully. Pumps, all sorts of bits and pieces. The room is really comfortable, nice and warm, really hot shower, absolutely fantastic. I think maybe the best bit though is the bike shop up the road. who currently have my bike. Joe is fitting a chain at the moment. Very friendly service, very fast. I've not paid him yet, who knows, it might cost an arm and a leg, but they are absolutely brilliant. Highly recommend Joe at the bike shop and in Lethen. Wow, I'm a little bit stunned. I don't know if you can hear that. That is near silence. Just a couple of little birds tweeting somewhere. It's so peaceful. Anyway, I'm at the top of the climb. I think there's a slight chance there might be another slight incline, but I think it is only slight. So I'm pretty much at the top. And I've done 700 feet, which sounds a little bit gnarly, but it is really steady. That's probably over about 10k. So yeah, it's just a very slight uphill all the way. And it is the most gorgeous uphill you could hope for. It is really absolutely stunning. Very quiet road, a little bit of traffic every now and again, the odd truck, but they are all very nice to cyclists, slowing down as they go by, apart from one guy. But yeah, that was not anywhere near as gnarly as I thought it might be. Well, it's a real mixed bag through this section, but again, delightful as always. The sun has just gone in, but it has been beautiful. There's a little bit of a river down there. You can see that little brown strip out there. Pointed it with a bottle of orange. There we go. I'm about 10 miles outside of Edinburgh. And yeah, I'm really loving it now. This is definitely like just the nice finale. It's mostly downhill. The bike is buttery smooth. Thank you again to the bike shop. I mentioned actually that I'm on a different bike. I don't know if people have noticed, the eagle-eyed amongst you. There we go, propped up precariously against the metal bench. Obviously it's a gravel bike. The first two sections I did on my mountain bike, which was comfortable but slow, hard. It's a lot heavier. Despite the bags on there, this is a lot more streamlined and thankfully now working perfectly. Well, that is it, all done. I'm here in Edinburgh at St Andrew's Square Garden. Big column up behind me, there we go, tilt back down. 63k in about 4.5 hours. A really nice 63k, probably the nicest section of it really. Obviously up and downhill, a real mix of just beautiful rolling hills, nice little trails, railway paths, little wooded areas, bits of residential, and of course the city, which does look fantastic. Whichever way you look around here, it's just steeped in history. It's magnificent. That there is the North Sea. I bet that is absolutely freezing. So, thanks for watching.